copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Ride for next year, full-time program, so a good showing here today would really...
Yeah, we've got one that brushed the wall. That is Carl Long. He just brushed the wall, and I'm sure he's bent something in a tire. Let's take a look. As he came out of 3, he just barely creased that car.
Come off turn 3. He's up high. He's up out of the groove. Gets loose, gets up against the wall. Looks like probably he hit the wall so hard that he's bent the rear end. There you see him getting out of his car. Knows that probably his day is done, and certainly the championship is done. A lot of damage to the right front of that car.
Looks like he may have hurt his leg. Steve Burns is down on pit road with their crew, I think.
Yeah, Ken, with Joey Bishop.
This season in the All-Pro group, Porter's crash is going to clinch the championship for Mike Cope. Here it is.
Got up against that outside retaining wall, really hit it hard. I believe that was the only contact that was made there. You see him hitting the access road coming on the pit road, but stops it right there in the grass short of getting into the pit.
Veteran of the NASCAR Mid-Atlantic region out of Roxborough, North Carolina. We got the 80 in trouble.
Toby Porter.
Toby Porter bouncing down to the inside. No caution out. He gets it down on the pit road. Just in front of them.
That was a good shot of Ron Young's car coming down the front straightaway. You see these fiberglass bodies. You saw that hood just above it, and as it got more and more up to speed down that front straightaway.
Here you see 3rd, Cope, Christian 4th, then 5th, 6th, and 7th, Gilchrist, Young, and Anderson.
There's a good shot of that hood again. This is Ron Young. Wayne Anderson working on him as they go down into turn 3.
They have him out of 4.
Gets down into turn 4 just a little better than Wayne as they head down the front straightaway. 14 laps to go.
Still up in front, Hunter, as we check that interval between 1st and 2nd. Keep an eye on Wayne Anderson back here in 7th. That interval drops to 0.6 of a second there, actually closer to 0.7, but it's coming down about 1/10 of a second a lap now.
Scott Walters, if you pick somebody that's had probably the best handling car all day as a whole, Scott Walters' car has definitely been, I believe, the better handling car for the duration of the entire race.
Owner-driver Scott Walters trying to close down that leader.
Wayne Anderson pulls to the inside of Ron Young. Ron shuts the door as they go off in the corner.
6th spot. Being challenged right there. Wayne Anderson tries it again. He's able to hook it up on the bottom, but when he does, he loses a bit of that power he needs to pull him down these straightaways.
Wayne wins the contest off the corner and about 2/3 down the straightaway, but Ron really gets down to the bottom of the racetrack. See, he goes right against the white line, just like we've been talking, lets it drift up outside retaining wall, back down, keeps the momentum, lap traffic. That could play a role in a lot of these positions.
Did there. Gave him a chance to really come up on the rear bumper. Ford giving that lap car plenty of avoidance, and he went up an extra 6 or 8 feet, and that was all that was necessary for the 25 of Wayne Anderson to close him down, but couldn't get by him.
I got a Hunter under the hood. I know we're going to have a big day. Right now, he's worried, watching his son. He is timing every single lap as we get close to the finish.
Ron Young has just spun the number 4. There was no caution out. He was able to get it going. He looped it down to the bottom of turn number 2. He was running in 6 when it got away from him. Back underway. Ron Young, here's another look.
They go down the short chute, maybe gets a little bit of tag, gets a little loose, corrects it, and goes into the outside wall. He looked like he's definitely going to have some damage to the right side of that race car.
Let's get back with the leaders. 4 first, Hunter, Walters, working the 91st lap.
That's the thing we've seen with most of these cars all day long. One car will run a little bit better getting in the corner. One car runs a little bit better up off the corner.
Hunter in first and building up just a bit of the lead. He'd lost it all. He had Walters right up there on the rear deck.
Still got a lot of lap traffic there. You see the car of Rick Crawford. Rick really had a good day going, had to come back in for that loose lug nut, and it's about to go a lap down.
The 55 of Walters. And the 57. And the 57's got a long way to go. It's at least 3.5 seconds back of Walters to Cope, then Gilchrist, Christian, Anderson, Elsop, Allison, Young, and Porter rounding out the top 10. And that's Randy Porter in 10th spot. So Matt Hutter with the Excalibur Bodywork Chevrolet looked like he was going to be in big trouble at the end of this one, and that Scott Walters was going to get a chance to challenge. And there is your second place man, and he's looking up from a big disadvantage now.
I believe Scott Walters pitched that car just one time a little too much. I believe his tires was really starting to go away on him, and Matt Hutter's just been smooth, running a good line, not upsetting the race car, and he's pulling away here with 3 to go to quite an advantage.
That's so easy to do. Throw a car in, just got to get in there a little bit more, pitch it in, slide it a bit, tires begin to go away. And now it's back to 2 seconds between first and second to third. That's big. That's over 5 seconds.
Now, these cars are getting up near the front where they've got about 60, 65 laps on their tires, so I'm sure they're not driving the greatest in the world. So that's, again, the thing. You just got to be smooth. You just got to run a good line. Hopefully, Matt Hutter, I'm sure, hopes that he catches the lap traffic at the right place and not the wrong place.
With a couple to go, it looks like Matt Hutter is about to score his first win. He's just 25 years old, and he's driven this race well. I'm sure he's been under heavy instruction, and he hasn't put a tire out of place here in the last 15 or 20 laps, and he had a lot of pressure thrown on him by Scott Walters. Was able to drive away from that pressure.
Gets the white flag. Scott Walters is pulled back just a little bit, but all Matt needs to do is just run a good line here, get through these last 4 corners, and bring the checkered flag home. There you see some lap traffic ahead of him. He's got to be really careful working that lap traffic here on this last lap.
Mike Cope in third, Derek Gilchrist in fourth, Steve Christian fifth, and Wayne Anderson in sixth. Cope has sewed up the All-Pro Championship.
This thing isn't over with yet, Ken. A lot of lap traffic. You saw Scott Walters really run up on him there. Look at Scott. Really got loose. Matt Hutter and a lot of traffic over there in turn 4.
Closed him down to about 15 car lengths. Hutter lifted. Walters came after him. Coming to the line. It's over. And Hutter wins by about 6 car lengths. He had 2 seconds going into the last lap and wins by 6 car lengths. We'll meet the champion of the race, champion of the series, we hope, right after we take a quick break here today. Matt Hutter has won big way in the All-Pro Series at Homestead.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.